My name is Carly Morton. I am 29 years old and I live in Beaver, Pennsylvania. The condition that I have is called median arcuate ligament syndrome with a neurogenic etiology, often referred to as NMALS. By definition, NMALS is a congenital anatomical anomaly that occurs when the diaphragm is located too low in your body. Being congenital, this means I was born with the condition. Symptoms started for me mildly and progressed over time. The most debilitating symptom of the disease is the pain. The pain caused by the disease is compared by physicians to end-stage pancreatic cancer-like pain. There are no words for the pain itself. I try to explain it to people, but it's its own category. That's how severe it is. This disease has absolutely destroyed my life. For years, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I lost jobs because of my symptoms, which led me to losing apartments because I had no way to pay for them. I saw countless doctors, only to be told my symptoms were functional or psychiatric, and that my pain and symptoms were not as severe as I was saying they were. It was not only physically debilitating, but emotionally isolating, and the pain was soul-sucking. I'm 29 years old, and I live in disability housing and depend on Social Security for my livelihood. I receive in-home caregivers, nurses, physical therapists. I was unable to finish college. I don't have a career. I really don't have much of anything at all. I depend on a feeding tube and a walker. I rarely leave my apartment except for medical needs, and when I do, all of my symptoms flare up. It's not a life. It's just an existence, a painful one. NMALS itself cannot kill you. However, complications from the disease can lead to death, especially if, like me, you have other serious medical issues. After losing a lot of weight and exhibiting severe symptoms of malnourishment, I had to get a feeding tube. I started with an NJ tube through the nose. When they couldn't reinsert it, the doctors switched me to TPN, which is nutrition directly into your veins. When you get TPN, you have a line connected to the vein that goes straight to your heart. Because of this, there is a high risk of life-threatening sepsis. With my immune and other medical issues, I was extra susceptible. I was hospitalized with sepsis twice. When I had sepsis, it felt like my body was actively dying, like I felt like I was dying. Which I guess makes sense because 1 out of every 3 people who die in the United States have sepsis, and 1 in every 5 people die from sepsis worldwide. It is a horrible thing to experience. Until I can get surgery, I will have to utilize nutritional assistance to keep myself alive. After my second septic infection, the line was taken out for good, and a surgical feeding tube was placed into my stomach. Now that the line is out, my risk of developing another septic infection is less. However, according to the medical research, there is a 62.1% 5-year mortality rate in survivors of sepsis. This means 3 out of every 5 people do not survive 5 years after having sepsis. In addition to eradicating my severe stomach pain and symptoms, getting surgery for NMALS will allow me to properly nourish myself, to gain strength and build up my immune system, which will help me properly manage my other medical issues. This in turn will increase my chances of making it past that scary 5-year mortality rate. So after years of doctor's visits, hospitalizations, and testing, I received my official NMALS diagnosis on November 15th, 2022. The only treatment for the disease is an intensive stomach surgery during which the surgeon does 3 things: repositions the diaphragm, releases the ligament, and surgically removes the nerves that are sending out pain signals. There are no surgeons who have adequate education and experience in diagnosing and treating the neurogenic type of mouse in Pennsylvania. There is only a small handful across the country. Dealing with my health insurance has been incredibly difficult and disheartening. I knew Dr. Shu's office would call to schedule me for surgery in April, so I was trying to expedite the appeal so that I could get my surgery. But United Healthcare made that impossible. My case manager and I have exhausted everything we know to get the appeal going without success. The surgery itself is estimated to be around $50,000. I get $934 per month from Social Security, and I'm not well enough to work. How would I ever come up with that money? There's no way. If United Healthcare doesn't work with me to resolve these issues, then I'm just going to still be sick, and that's it. United Healthcare not covering this bill means two big things. It means a life in poverty and debt due to inability to ever pay, and it means a terribly painful life in and out of hospitals due to inability to get the surgery. To sum it up, it means extensive, quite unnecessary suffering. I've always had pain with eating, and I don't know how amazing it must feel to just be able to eat, but I feel like it's a really cool experience, and it's something that I want to experience. I have other medical issues, so my life wouldn't be completely normal, but being able to eat and not be in pain and stay nourished and manage my medical issues better because of that will likely allow me to at least work part-time, maybe volunteer, have a social life, anything that's normal people do that I can't do right now. Like, I really, really, really think that life would be a lot better after the surgery. Right now, I'm not living, I'm just existing. According to Forbes magazine, United Healthcare made $20.1 billion in profits in 2022 alone. That is a massive amount of money that they are taking from policyholders like me who need care and sending to their investors who are already rich. But I guess they care more about their profits than people like me who have insurance through them. And that's the thing. United Healthcare was there for me when I needed cheap medicine and doctor visits, but not when I need surgery that could save my life. Please sign my petition to demand United Healthcare to put my care over their profits. Please post on social media and tag United Healthcare asking them to pay for my treatment. Thank you.